Still Show, live with you, Friday, getaway day. We love Friday. Friday's one of our favorite days on the show. We're going to get back to the headlines. Wall Street is rejoicing today. The economic fallout from yesterday's sensational day for Twitter continues. But first, I want to tell you a story, very compelling. 20 years ago, I'm going to tell you about an individual who is now involved in a very important website. So what I want, before I begin their compelling biography, please go to prisoncoachspeaking.com. 20 years ago, what I'm talking to you about here was happening to so many people, including the person who is the subject of all of this. Yes, I have no idea who they are because they have not put their name on it, but I will tell you that they speak all over the world to prisoners, and the company is called Prison Coach Speaking and Consulting. Now, 20 years ago, the person who founded this company, he was very humble, served 10 years in a federal penitentiary for refusing to testify in a drug case. You know what that means? That means somebody's tough. Somebody is iron tough. Went to jail, stayed there, a 10-year federal sentence for refusing to testify. Then served time in federal prisons in Lewisburg and Atlanta. I can see why they don't want to mention their name. Then they come home, and they're writing it all in the first person. It says, let me read it to you the way it says, because this is, I usually just try to tell you about somebody, but it is a first-person narrative. Pretend it's me. Pretend this is about me, Ed Till. 20 years ago, I served 10 years in a federal penitentiary for refusing to testify in a drug case. I served time in Lewisburg and Atlanta. I have been home from prison more than 10 years. I have not had any problems with the law since. I, Ed Till, created a company called Prison Coach Speaking and Consulting. I prepare white-collar criminals for their first stint in prison. They do not know what to expect when they arrive at prison. Most are scared at being raped and killed. And believe me, that I watched that whole HBO 7 years of that show, Oz, whatever. So I, Ed Till, use my experience, to mentally prepare prisoners for what to expect. Now, I, Ed Till, not in the script, I, real life Ed Till, I am a graduate of the criminal justice program at one of the biggest beautiful institutions for it in the country, So as an undergraduate, I studied this, and that's not even in the bio I'm telling you about, because I can't believe see, the idea is they're supposed to tell me what to tell you about them, and I love that, but this is so, I feel like I went to jail. Honestly, in this whole thing, I feel like I'm in jail right now because what I thought I would do is come in and do one thing, and I'm doing something else completely. Who doesn't love that? So I use my experience to help prisoners mentally prepare how to handle getting out. Also, oh my God, even this day, worse. Some guys hold up somebody. He's murdered a bunch of people. He calls me and says, I want to turn myself in, but I'm not mentally set to turn myself in. So I go and help them. Now, my primary clients are professional athletes. Well, no shortage there. If you're looking for people who rape and kill and go to prison or should go to prison, certainly professional athletics in America and really internationally is a good place to begin. But let's throw in entertainers. Again, you want to see people murdering each other, raping and killing, pillaging society, politicians, etc. Where did Bernard Kerik just get out of? Bernard Kerik just got out of jail, just got out of prison. Okay, was he the number one law enforcement guy? Yes. Did he go to prison? Yes, he did. U.S. veterans also. Now, I help, Ed Till, help everybody that I can. I'm also a public speaker. I travel to colleges, high schools, rehab clinics, prisons, youth organizations. Can be found at prisoncoachspeaking.com. I do not know who this person is. They did not put their name in any of this. Do I want you to know about it? Yes. First of all, whatever their real name is or whatever name you find on the other end of this, does it matter? If his name is Joe, if her name is Mary, it doesn't matter. What matters is, I can tell you this from my own experience many years ago and still true today because I keep up with it. And criminal justice in America has been. It's changing now, thanks to the millennials and their pot smoking and their Twitter and all of their silly stuff. believe it or not, the good thing that's going to come out of all the silly stuff that the kids are doing is that prisons, that is wasting people's lives by warehousing them inside, that is being rethought. By the way, I also help people who are white-collar criminals. They've embezzled millions and billions of dollars. I will also help prepare you for going to jail. That's what I do. And they, the ones that get caught, the rapists, the killers, the manipulators of the market, all they have no idea what's going on. Thank God I am here. So anyway, I'm a public speaker. I travel all over. You can find me at prisoncoachspeaking.com. You can find me right there. And the most important thing I think the takeaway is, most in society are not even aware of the benefit to society of rehab, turning people's lives around. We used to have an old word called recidivism. It was 88% when we were studying it, and it was a very depressing number. It meant that, look at all these hardcore murderers, rapists, and killers, 8.8 of them are coming right back out of 10. It seemed futile. I mean, why are we keeping them here? And then, the new thinking, people who watch Criminal Intent, they like Bobby Gorin and Detective Ames, and they say, oh, well, it makes you worse when you go to jail. Jail, prison, hard time, upstate time, felony time. This makes you a worse off threat to society, doesn't do it? So, again, let me get you to know that, A, I'm there doing all of this, and I can be found at prisoncoachspeaking.com. Now, originally, I guess I wasn't comfortable saying this all to you because as I have been saying, I have been Ed Till. I've had a varied life. So why not help professional? I mean, you know me, I'm into whatever I can do to help you. So thinking about you, I do. Everybody whose segments I do like this is by the way, Ed Till. All the things I'm doing here, I just want to point out, are things I would like to share with you. And this one suggests to me that I'm bold and edgy in all of radio, because I have involved myself in a very sensitive area where most sponsors of the mainstream media would not go. Most sponsors are not going to go out there and go, I'm helping prepare to go to jail. Come on. People will go, boo, boo, get out of here. But it's a new era, I mentioned. The millennials are in. Barack Obama is president. Obamacare is the law. So in this world, people are saying, hey, all these people that got convicted of drug charges, and I was watching Jackie Brown last night, and Pam Grier gets busted for 2 ounces of, the hard stuff. And in the day when the movie was made, in the period of the piece, they allege, well, that's just for consumption. And I'm like, oh my God, the world really was insane in the Jackie Brown era. So Jackie Brown gets bailed out. Prison facing her is a big plot line in Jackie Brown. I am helping people like Jackie Brown. Okay, so, most are scared, most are panicked, flipping out, and they come to me. Now, I can be found at prisoncoachspeaking.com. Hey, don't get comfortable, okay? You got look, there's athletes out there raping and pillaging. The whole world is going nuts. So don't think my plate is full, but I want you to know there's always room for you. Please, if you have a college, a high school, a rehab clinic, a prison, and whatever you got, at least I can speak to you. If you're a U.S. veteran, I will help you. And if you're a famous professional anything and you're doing horrible things, I will get you ready. This is the thing I think is tricky. I will get you to self-surrender. The typical athlete who, let's just go to O.J., for example, the O.J. case. You could tell I was not involved. Had I been involved in the O.J. case, O.J. would not have been driving it. He's got another guy driving for him. Not me. My job, when I come in there, I created a company. Okay, my company is, first of all, 20 years ago, I did hard time. People don't know this about it. If you look me up on Wikipedia, you will not find this. 20 years ago, which means when I was in my 50s, now that I'm 77, 20 years ago, I did 10 years of hard time. And people go, Ed, you went to I did the big house for what? I wouldn't talk. I did the same thing they tell you in Goodfellas. You keep your mouth shut. You don't tell nobody nothing. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, and you don't rat out your friends. So I went upstate, babe. Lewisburg, Atlanta, bring it. Let's go. We danced. Me and Mr. T danced in the showers. And guess what? We never made out. He danced.